Indifferent universal consciousness, pitfalls for hope and love. Dear viewer, this is the age-old question. Does the universe care about us, or are we just floating around on a tiny blue planet, completely insignificant in the grand scheme of things? Well, buckle up, because we're about to dive into the fascinating world of philosophies and religions that believe in an indifferent or impersonal universal consciousness, where the cosmos couldn't even be bothered to give us a yawn. Carl Sagan once said, "The universe seems neither benign nor hostile, merely indifferent." Let's unpack which systems of thought entertain this concept, and then dive into the downsides of this belief, including the potential impact on hope and love. Philosophies and religions that propose an indifferent or impersonal universal consciousness. Advaita Vedanta, Hindu philosophy. First up, let's talk about Advaita Vedanta, a school of Hindu philosophy that's all about non-dualism. In a nutshell, Advaita Vedanta says that the ultimate reality, Brahman, is an impersonal, all-encompassing consciousness. Think of Brahman as the ultimate meh. It's not good or bad, happy or sad. It's just, well, there. Now, dear viewer, think of this philosophy as a big, expansive ocean, and we're just tiny droplets of water within it. But here's the thing. If Brahman is impersonal, does it really care about our individual struggles and triumphs, or are we just floating along for the ride? Taoism is the way. We also have Taoism, which is all about living in harmony with the natural world. The Tao is often described as an impersonal, ultimate reality that governs the universe. Think of it like a big cosmic flow, and we're just tiny feathers floating along with it. Sounds pretty relaxing, right? But again, if the Tao is impersonal, does it really care about our individual experiences? For Taoists, the Tao doesn't care about human concerns or struggles, because the Tao simply is. Buddhism and Nirvana. Next, we have Buddhism, which is all about achieving enlightenment and escaping the cycle of suffering. Certain interpretations of Buddhism, like Theravada, suggest that the ultimate reality is an impersonal, empty consciousness, shunyata. It's like the universe is one big, empty void, and we're just fleeting moments of consciousness within it. But at least we can achieve enlightenment and escape the suffering, right? Nirvana, the ultimate goal, is often described as a state of cessation or a liberation from the cycles of desire and suffering. The universe, in this view, has no inherent meaning or purpose beyond what humans project onto it. Imagine a universe governed by karma, where your actions create ripples in the cosmic pond, but without a cosmic lifeguard watching over you. Compassion and wisdom from humans are encouraged not because the universe decrees it, but as practical paths to reduce suffering. Stoicism and the Stoics. Stoic philosophy, developed in ancient Greece and Rome, presents the universe as governed by logos, which is a rational, organizing principle. While the Stoics revered the logos, they saw it as impartial and indifferent to individual human experiences and preferences. For Stoics, aligning oneself with the logos involves accepting the natural order of things, even when that order seems cruel or unjust. It's not a force that loves or rewards. It's simply the rational structure of reality. Deism and the uninvolved creator. Deism emerged during the Enlightenment and holds that a divine creator set the universe into motion, but remains uninvolved in its operation. This clockmaker God does not intervene in human affairs or guide history. In this view, the universe operates according to natural laws, impersonal and unchanging, leaving humans to their own devices. Gnosticism, the eclectic bunch. This ancient collection of religious ideas is a bit of a wild card. Gnostics had all sorts of wacky beliefs, but some of them posited a supreme transcendent God who is so far removed from the material world that it's indifferent to it. This God is like the ultimate absentee landlord, having long ago vacated the premises and left the universe to its own devices. Panpsychism, the philosophical head-scratcher. This is where things get really interesting. Panpsychism is the idea that consciousness is a fundamental aspect of reality, present in everything from atoms to amoebas, to astrophysicists, to anti-inflammatories. Now, some versions of panpsychism suggest that this universal consciousness is not a unified entity, but rather a vast collection of individual conscious experiences. It's like the universe is a giant party, with everyone having their own private conversation and nobody really listening to anyone else. Existentialism, philosophy. While not a religion, existentialist thinkers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus argue that the universe is indifferent to human existence. There is no inherent meaning or purpose, and individuals must create their own meaning in an absurd, uncaring world. The universe is silent, and hope or meaning must come from within, not from any external source. Scientific materialism. Also not a religion, scientific materialism has a say in the indifference debate. According to this worldview, the universe operates under natural laws without any personal intervention. It's like being in a giant impersonal clockwork where everything ticks along nicely, but no one's winding the clock for you. Pantheism and ultimate reality. And finally, we have pantheism, which is the philosophical position that the universe is identical with a deity or ultimate reality. Pantheism often posits an impersonal ultimate reality that governs the universe. It's like the universe is one big interconnected web, and we're just tiny threads within it. That's pantheism for you. Everything around you, including the trees, the stars, your favorite pizza. Liam Neeson is all part of this divine but indifferent existence. It's like living in a perpetual state of awe, but without the expectation that the universe will ever respond to your prayers. The downsides of believing in an indifferent or impersonal universal consciousness. While these philosophies and religions offer profound insights into the nature of existence, embracing an indifferent or impersonal universal consciousness has its challenges. Here are some potential downsides, especially in the context of hope and love. The existential void. If the universe is just a big, impersonal machine, it can lead to a sense of meaninglessness. If there's no divine plan, no cosmic purpose, then what's the point of anything? It's like playing a sport where there is no end game. It can get a bit depressing and tiring. The erosion of hope. Hope often thrives on the belief that someone or something, such as a personal God, the universe, or fate, cares about our struggles and aspirations. An indifferent universe, however, offers no such reassurance. When faced with adversity, the knowledge that there is no higher power rooting for you can feel profoundly isolating. Without the expectation of divine intervention or cosmic justice, maintaining hope in the face of suffering can be overwhelmingly sad. For instance, in moments of despair, many people turn to prayer to be listened to, and perhaps some action taken by a higher power. Others rely on the belief that things happen for a reason. These beliefs can provide comfort and a sense of purpose. But if the universe is indifferent, then suffering has no inherent meaning. This stark realization can lead to existential crises as individuals grapple with the idea that their lives are but fleeting sparks in a vast, uncaring cosmos. Why bother hoping for a better tomorrow if the universe couldn't care less? Motivation can take a nosedive in the face of such indifference. Love without a cosmic anchor. Love, both in its personal and universal forms, often draws strength from the belief in a meaningful connection that transcends individual existence. The idea that the universe itself is loving, or that a higher power fosters human relationships adds a spiritual dimension to love. When this belief is removed, love may feel reduced to a biological or psychological phenomenon. For some, this perspective can make love feel less profound. If the universe is indifferent, then love isn't part of a grand design, but rather an evolutionary mechanism to ensure survival and reproduction. It can be challenging to see the value in love and compassion when the cosmos is giving you the cold shoulder. While this doesn't diminish love's importance, it can strip away the transcendent qualities that many find inspiring. The burden of meaning-making. In an indifferent universe, meaning isn't handed to you as you have to create it yourself. While this can be empowering, it's also an enormous responsibility. Without a cosmic blueprint, individuals must decide what matters to them, often in the face of conflicting desires and societal pressures. This can lead to paralysis, anxiety, and a sense of aimlessness. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast ocean, knowing that there are no ships or no lighthouse to guide your way. For some, this freedom is exhilarating, but for others, it's overwhelming. The absence of an overarching purpose can make life's struggles feel arbitrary and its joys fleeting. Emotional disconnection. Believing in an indifferent universal consciousness can foster a sense of emotional distance from the cosmos. For example, many religious traditions emphasize the idea that humans are children of a divine creator, fostering a sense of being cherished and valued. An impersonal view of the universe, however, offers no such comfort. This detachment can lead to feelings of insignificance as individuals struggle to find their place in an uncaring cosmos. The universe doesn't care about your epic achievements or your worst failures, which can lead to depression. Challenges to morality. In many belief systems, morality is grounded in the will of a personal God or the cosmic order. If the universe is indifferent, then morality becomes a human construct. While this doesn't make ethics any less valid, it does raise questions about why we should act morally in the absence of cosmic consequences. For instance, if there's no ultimate reward or punishment, what motivates altruism? Philosophers like Nietzsche have explored this dilemma, suggesting that humans must create their own values in a world without inherent meaning. While this is achievable, it's far from easy or ideal. The role of hope and love in an indifferent universe. Don't pack your bags with a case of existential despair just yet. Even in an indifferent universe, hope and love can still be powerful forces. Hope is like a beacon in the dark, guiding us through the uncertainties of life. Even if the universe is indifferent, hope can provide us with a sense of purpose and direction. It's about creating our own meaning and striving for a better future, regardless of the cosmic shrug. Think of hope as your personal pep talk, cheering you on through thick and thin. Emily Dickinson wrote, "Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all." What is the role of love within an indifferent universe? Maya Angelou once wrote, "Love recognizes no barriers. It jumps hurdles, leaps fences, penetrates walls to arrive at its destination full of hope." So, dear viewer, love is a wild card. In a universe that often seems vast, chaotic, and indifferent, love provides a beacon of hope and meaning. Love, whether it's the bond between family, the connection between friends, or the passion between partners, creates a sense of purpose and belonging that transcends the indifferent nature of the cosmos. It can be seen as the glue that holds human experiences together, offering comfort, support, and joy amidst life's uncertainties. While the universe may be indifferent, love has the power to transform and elevate human existence. It fosters compassion, empathy, and understanding, helping individuals to build communities and find solace in shared experiences. In this sense, love becomes a counterbalance to the impersonal nature of the universe, making life more meaningful and enriching. Ultimately, love reminds us that even in an indifferent universe, we have the capacity to create warmth and light through our connections with others. It's a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and its ability to find beauty and significance in even the most indifferent of circumstances. A cosmic comedy, finding humor in indifference. Let's not forget the importance of humor. In a universe that doesn't care, laughter can be a powerful coping mechanism. Embracing the absurdity of existence and finding joy in the little things can help us navigate the indifferent cosmos. After all, if the universe is indifferent, why not have a good laugh about it? Cosmic jokes. Think about it. The universe is a giant impersonal entity that couldn't care less about your meticulously planned day. You spill coffee on your favorite shirt? The universe doesn't bat an eye. Lost your keys for the umpteenth time. The cosmos couldn't be bothered. Finding humor in these everyday mishaps can lighten the existential load and make life a bit more bearable. Satirical reflections. Sometimes poking fun at the indifference of the universe can help us come to terms with it. Satirical reflections on the absurdity of existence can provide a fresh perspective and remind us that we're all in this together. Whether it's through comedy shows like The Daily Show or The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, witty essays by Dave Barry, or clever cat and dog memes, humor can be a powerful tool for coping with cosmic indifference. Epilogue, transcendence. The idea of an indifferent or impersonal universal consciousness challenges many of our deepest assumptions about existence. While it can erode traditional sources of hope and love, it also invites us to cultivate these qualities within ourselves. By embracing our capacity for meaning-making, compassion, and resilience, we can find beauty and purpose in a cosmos that owes us nothing. And perhaps in doing so, we transcend the very indifference we sought to understand. In the end, dear viewer, believing in an indifferent or impersonal universal consciousness doesn't have to be a one-way ticket to existential dread. By embracing hope, love, and humor, we can navigate the indifferent cosmos with grace and resilience. It's about finding meaning in our personal experiences and creating connections that make life worth living.